Around this time last year, gilded Texas-raised professor, lecturer, and researcher Brene Brown did a splendid job on her new and all-encompassing book, Atlas of the Heart. This very quickly became one of my favorite Brene Brown books. I've just about listened to and reviewed them all, and I'll drop a link to my review of it in the description, but not everyone loved this book. Not everyone loves any book. So in this video, I'm going to be reacting to negative reviews of this book on Audible and Amazon that I found. I love doing this type of video on this channel. It's really fun to do because some people raise pretty good points and others are a little ridiculous, maybe. So I still think it's really fun to challenge them and explain holes in their logic, since you guys do that in my reviews sometimes, which I do appreciate. But let's get back into this, shall we? Just so you guys know, there are affiliate links in the description of this video, and if you buy anything through those links, like maybe this book, then I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making these videos for you guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam, and I want to make self-growth normal, because people shouldn't have to look this information up. It should just be mainstream knowledge. If you agree, then please make sure to smash that like button. Skimming through these, I saw a little bit of politics, a little bit of disappointment, a little bit of something about a dictionary, and more. But let's probe this. Big Joe said, liberal humorous. You would be better served getting a dictionary and looking up each word. So for those who don't know, this book takes you on a journey of 87 different emotions. Yes, there are apparently 87 different emotions that make up what it means to be human. Every one of these emotions, by the way, comes with several different definitions and perspectives coming from research in psychology, different religions, culture, music, art, personal experience, and so much more. So to say that looking them all up one by one in the dictionary would really just defeat the purpose of the book. The purpose of the book, she said, I want this book to be an atlas for all of us, because I believe that with an adventurous heart and the right maps, we can travel anywhere and never fear losing ourselves. Brene Brown's like my spirit animal. I'm 25 years old. There was a point in my life where I didn't cry for 6 years. Okay? Like, Brene Brown's my spirit animal. I just can't imagine a dictionary doing much more than concretely defining all these words. But I've seen Atlas of the Heart from my own experience do plenty more. The author defines words and concepts and takes advantage of every moment to push a liberal agenda. Brene Brown, okay, she's definitely a liberal, but I'm sure if she were really trying that hard to push some sort of agenda, more negative reviews would mention it. Every moment, really, Big Joe? It's always the type of person who has the time to write a review like this that doesn't decide to give any examples of it. Can we at least agree that 2020 was an unusually polarizing year that begged of political thought, discussion, and involvement from people who normally wouldn't partake in it otherwise? Okay, so why shouldn't these authors, as they please, be putting their own takes on political issues in the same environment where they're teaching that pertain to what's been going on since early 2020? Are those things suddenly not worth a little bit of entertainment on the part of consumers in their respected contexts? This is self-help. I don't know, because those questions may sound a little bit recalcitrant of me to ask, but whatever ultimately happens on these stances and gets indefinitely cemented over by the events of time, it's not going to be in history books. You know why? Because history books aren't going to exist anymore. It'll be like a hologram right in front of your face, in your Apple glasses, or some kind of pill that you swallow that digests heaps of unbiased historic findings or something. I would have a big problem with this if the author tried to put a political spin on lots of things in this book. Degree for most people, to which I think anything can be too much. But that's a topic for another video. In my review of this book, by the way, toward the end, I did mention there are some left-leaning political undertones. Is it just me though, or are there like no self-help authors at all with right-leaning political undertones in their books, other than Jordan Peterson? Why is that? Seriously, this is really starting to hit me all of a sudden. Amazon customer, it's always the Amazon customers. Not the book for me. Depressing, emphasizes all of the negative feelings that I've ever had. What about the positive ones? I'm not an expert, but I know a little about depression. In January, I'll be 8 years clean from self-harming. And I think that the biggest thing that changed my life over the past almost decade was the willingness to change my perspective on things. Did this person not come across any positive emotions listening to this book? What about like love and self-compassion and empathy and joy and gratitude and humility and trust and contentment and happiness and tranquility? Those just suck, don't they? I had high hopes and was looking for something uplifting. I don't know, man. Atlas of the Heart doesn't even sound uplifting to me. Just the sound of it. Like, it makes me think of someone getting stabbed in the heart for some reason. Look at me, contradicting myself. Probably just not the book for me. Had to stop about a third of the way through. Made me feel awful. Why am I talking like this? Oh my gosh, what was she saying that was so depressing and awful? Gretchen K4Kids said, get a dictionary. Verbose definitions are 99% of the book. I just don't resonate with any of these get a dictionary reviews. She goes so much deeper than mere definitions of emotions and experiences. And she doesn't talk about all of these or even much of a fraction of them in her other books, at least in a decent amount of depth. There are 87 of them, for crying out loud. Shame, guilt, fear, joy, courage, vulnerability, belonging, and not many more off the top of my head, are mainly discussed in her other works. How many was that? Like 6? She doesn't talk much about boredom, regret, confusion, amusement, cognitive dissonance, irony, defensiveness, anguish, disconnection, disgust, hubris, and a lot more in this one. A lot. I was excited to get this book. I've seen other Brene Brown books and read snippets, but don't own any. You know, it really shows with a lot of these people. A group of friends wanted to read this together, so I got one. What I have read so far are chapter upon chapter of definitions of emotion labels. I find myself looking ahead to check how many more pages I have to read to keep up with the group. A dictionary would better serve readers because it would allow a better range of definitions than such verbose descriptions as contained herein. One of the most impressive things to me about Atlas is how far she went into each emotion before moving on to the next. The audiobook is only 8 hours long. 8 hours, 87 emotions. How do you do all that? You really have to check the book out to know for sure. But those are my reactions to negative reviews of Atlas of the Heart by Brene Brown. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you check out this book? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What were your thoughts on it? There's a link in the description for those who want to check it out and read more of those reviews, good, bad, mixed. That and all the other books I mentioned in this video if you want to check those out too. If there are any other books that you guys want me to check out and review, please let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if you checked out this book and you liked it. But hey, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, because I don't get why people watch this far on my videos and they don't subscribe. And if you have subscribed and you want to turn it up just a notch and turn on that notification bell to get a notification whenever I drop new videos, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can find me everywhere and I will see you then.